Ezekiel 21. And the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, set your face toward Jerusalem, and drop your word toward the holy places, and prophesy against the land of Yashar'el. And say to the land of Yashar'el, Thus says Yahuah, Behold, I am against you, and will draw forth my sword out of this sheath, and will cut off from you the righteous and the wicked. Seeing then that I will cut off from the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh from the Negev to the north, that all flesh may know that I, Yahuah, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath. It shall not return any more. Sing therefore, son of Adam, with the breaking of your loins, and with the bitterness sigh before their eyes. And it shall be, when they say unto you, Wherefore sigh you? That you shall answer, For the tidings, because it comes, and every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every ruach shall faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it comes, and shall be brought to pass, says Adonai Yahuah. Again the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, prophesy, and say, Thus says Yahuah, Say a word, and a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we make them mirth? Is contemns the scepter of my son every tree, and he has given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of Adam, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon the princes of Yashar'el. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon your thigh, because it is a trial. And what if the sword contemn even the scepter? It shall be no more, says Adonai. You therefore, son of Adam, prophesy and smite your hands together. Let the sword be doubled in third time. The sword of the slain, it is the sword of the great man that are slain, which enters into their privy chambers. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, and that their heart may faint, that their ruins may be multiplied. It is made bright, it is wrapped up for the slaughter. Go you one way or another, either on the right hand or on the left. Whatsoever your face is set, I will also smite my hands together. I will cause my fury to rest. I, Yahuah, have said it. The word of Yahuah came unto me again, saying, Also, son of Adam, appoint your 2 ways, that the sword of the king of Babel may come, both two shall come forth out of one land. And choose you a place. Choose it at the head of the way to the city. Appoint a way to the sword may come to Rabbath of the Ammonim, and to the Yehudah in Jerusalem, the defenced. For the king of Babel stood at the parting of the way, at the head of the 2 ways, to use divination. He made his arrows bright. He consulted with Tephaim. He looked in the liver. At his right hand was a divination for Jerusalem, to appoint captains, to open the mouth in the slaughter, to lift up the voice with shouting, to appoint battering rams against the gates, to cast them out, and to build a fort. And it shall be unto them a false divination in their sight, to them that have sworn oaths, but he will call to remembrance the iniquity, that they may be taken. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuah, because you have made your iniquity to be remembered, and that your transgressions are discovered, so that in all doings your sins do appear, because I say that ye are come to remembrance, ye shall be taken with the hand. You profane the wicked prince of Yashar'el, whose day is come when iniquity shall have an end. Thus says Adonai Yahuah, remove the diadem, take off the crown. This shall not be the same. Exalt him that is low, and abase him that is high. I will overturn it, and it shall be no more until he come whose right it is, and I will give it him. And you, son of Adam, prophesy and say, Thus says Adonai Yahuah, concerning the Ammonim, and concerning their reproach. Even say you, the sword is drawn for slaughter. It is furbished to consume because of the glittering. While they see vanity unto you, while they divine a lie unto you, to bring upon the necks of them that are slain, of the wicked, whose day is come, when their iniquity shall have an end, shall I cause it to return into its sheath? I will judge you in the place where you were created, in the land of your nativity, and I will pour out my indignation upon you. I will blow against you in the fire of my wrath, and deliver you into the hand of brutish men, and skillful to destroy. You shall be for fuel to the fire. Your blood shall be in the midst of the land. You shall be no more remembered, for I, Yahuah, have spoken it. Ezekiel 22. Moreover, the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Now, son of Adam, will you judge? Will you judge the bloody city? Yea, you shall show her all her abominations. Then say you, Thus says Adonai Yahuah, the city sheds blood in the midst of it, that her time may come and make idols against herself to defile herself. You are become guilty in your blood that you have shed, and have defiled yourself into your idols which you have made. You have caused your days to draw near, and are came unto your your years. Therefore have I made you a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking to all countries. Those that be near and those that be far from you shall mock you, which are infamous and much vexed. Behold, the princes of Yashar'el, every one were in you, to their power to shed blood. If you have they set light by father and mother, in the midst of you have they dealt by oppression with a stranger, and you have they vexed the fatherless and the widow? You have despised my holy things and have profaned my Sabbaths. If you are men that carry tails to shed blood, and in you they eat upon the mountains, in the midst of you they commit lewdness, in you have they discovered their father's nakedness, in you have they humbled her that was set apart for pollution. And one has committed abomination with his neighbor's woman, and another has lewdly defiled his daughter-in-law, and another in you has humbled his sister, his father's daughter. In you have they taken gifts to shed blood, and have taken usury and increase. And you have greedily gained of your neighbors by exhortation, and have forgotten me, says Adonai Yahuah. Behold, therefore I have smitten my hand at your dishonest gain, which you have made, and at your blood which has been in the midst of you. Can you heart endure? Can your hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with you? I, Yahuah, have spoken it, and I will do it. I will scatter you among the heathen, and disperse you in the countries, and will consume your filthiness out of you. And you shall take your inheritance in yourself, and the slight of the heathen, and ye shall know that I am Yahuah. And the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, the house of Yashar'el is to become dross. All they are brass, and tin, and iron, and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore thus says Adonai Yahuah, because you all became dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. So will I gather you in my anger, in my fury. I will leave you there and melt you. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, Yahuah, have poured out my fury upon you. And the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, say unto her, You are the land that is not cleansed, nor raised upon the day in the indignation. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion, ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. Her priests have violated my Torah, and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profaned among them. Her princes in the midst thereof are like wolves ravening the prey, to shed blood and to destroy souls, to get dishonest gain. And her prophets have daubed them with untempered mortar, seeing vanity, and divining lies unto them, saying, Thus says Adonai Yahuah, when Yahuah has not spoken. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yea, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. And I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. But I found none. Therefore have I poured out my indignation upon them. I have consumed them with the fire of my wrath. Their own way have I recompensed upon their heads, says Adonai Yahuah.